My son had been complaining for days that he could hear footsteps in his room at night. I kept telling him it was just his imagination, but deep down, something about the way he said it made me uneasy. I just didn't want to admit it. His eyes were filled with tears as he looked up at me. "Mama, I hear the noises again." "Hush, sweetheart, you need to sleep," I said, gently patting his head, though my attention was already drifting to the book waiting for me in the next room. "But I'm scared," he whispered.
"This is the last time I'm going to tell you," I snapped, a little too sharply. He flinched, and I immediately softened my tone. "It's just your imagination. Everyone hears things when they're little." He looked at me curiously. "Even you?" I hesitated for a moment before nodding. "Of course." I tucked the blanket around him again and stood up to leave, but his small hand grabbed mine. "What did you hear when you were little?" "Nothing important," I said quickly. "But you just said—" I sighed, a little annoyed. "Footsteps, voices, things like that. And when I screamed for my parents, they didn't hear me. They didn't come." The moment the words left my mouth, I regretted them. His grip tightened around my hand. "But nothing happened," I added quickly, "because it wasn't real. It was just my imagination." "Oh." After hugging him and kissing his forehead, I finally managed to leave the room and close the door behind me. Back in the study, I sank into my chair and picked up my book, but I couldn't focus. My thoughts kept drifting back to what I had just said. I stirred my tea absent-mindedly, watching the liquid swirl inside the cup. For a brief moment, it looked like two different layers were separating, as if something unseen was moving beneath the surface. I blinked, and it was gone. Just tea. Still, a strange feeling crept over me. Something I hadn't thought about in years began to resurface. That night, from my childhood. The footsteps hadn't stopped. They had circled my room again and again, slow and deliberate. Then the voices came, soft at first, then louder, overlapping, whispering things I couldn't understand. The air in my room began to change, growing warmer, and soon the walls flickered with a strange orange glow, like light from a distant fire. Terrified, I pulled the blanket over my head and whispered to myself, "It's just my imagination. It's just my imagination." Then I heard a voice. "Wow, you look like you've seen a ghost." My heart nearly stopped. "Dad?" I said, my voice shaking. I threw the blanket aside, hoping to see him standing there, but he wasn't. Instead, there was a young boy in front of me, his face pale with fear, his hand trembling as he pointed directly at me. Beside him stood a man, calm and almost amused. "That's her," the man said casually. "A local legend. She shows up sometimes." The boy's voice shook. "She's staring at me." The man let out a small laugh. "Don't worry, she can't hurt you." Before I could even react, they both disappeared, as if they had never been there. For years, I convinced myself it had been a dream. But now, sitting there in the quiet of my study, I felt that same cold fear creeping back into my chest. That night, they hadn't been in my room. I had been in theirs. The cup slipped from my hand and shattered on the floor. My son. Panic hit me instantly, and I rushed out of the room, running down the hallway as fast as I could. That's when I noticed it, the faint smell of smoke in the air. Not strong, but unmistakable. Like something burning, like a campfire. My heart pounded louder with every step. I reached his door and threw it open. "Sweetheart?" The room was dark, silent, empty. I stepped inside slowly, my breath catching in my throat. Then, in the far corner of the room, I saw it, a faint flicker of light dancing against the wall. And then I heard them. Voices, soft, distant, laughing. My entire body went cold. In that moment, everything finally made sense. He hadn't been imagining things. He had been seeing them, just like I did, because we were never the ones being haunted. We were the ones haunting them.